Okay, now it's recording. Let's start this workout. All right, cool. Okay. Okay, so good afternoon. That was, that was a lot further down than I thought. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited that you guys are going to join me today for a 90-minute Vinyasa flow class. Don't worry if you've never done any yoga before. We have lots of options, lots of props. Mine are like scattered everywhere, and that's okay. We always start a yoga class in a seated position, so finding your way into a comfortable position on your yoga mat. You might like to sit on a blanket, or I have a pillow that I sit on, depending on how your hips are aligned, just so you can sit comfortably and sit nice and tall without having any pain in your spine. So finding your comfortable seating position, checking in with your alignment and your breathing, just beginning to notice where you are without moving to hide it or fade it or fix it. Taking a second just to scan your body, your mind, just a little check-in before we begin. Now I invite you to Om with me if that's your thing. And if not, you might like to just close your eyes and enjoy. Inhaling together. Finding your comfortable position, checking through the alignments. I invite you to set an intention for your practice today. If you have an affirmation or a mantra in mind, and that works for you, I invite you to hold on to that. Otherwise, I invite you to join in on mine. Taking a deep breath, everyone closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you. I am whole. Saying this in your mind, focusing on it. I am whole. Maybe keeping your eyes closed as we work through pranayama practices. Or if you'd like to flutter them awake and shift your eye gaze down towards your nose. Whatever works for you. As you begin to bring awareness to your breath. Just noticing it. Not trying to change it. Just take inventory of how you feel. As we come into our first pranayama practice, if you're newer to yoga, or if it feels comfortable to you, you might like to bring your right hand right on your belly. And as you take an inhale, pressing your belly wide, expanding as round as you can be. Exhale, pulling the belly in tight. Inhale, let the belly expand. Exhale, pull the belly in. Thinking about pulling the belly button right into the spine. One more breath here, breathing in. Opening wide and breathing out. Coming small. If you do have the one hand on the belly, you might like to now bring the left hand to heart center. Taking a breath in this time, expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, opening the chest and the heart. And as you exhale, closing the chest, pulling the ribs in, belly in tight. Maximum capacity on your breathing. Take a breath in here. Expand belly, ribs, and chest. A little baby back bend. As you exhale, we pull back together. One more, taking a breath in. Expanding wide, opening up. And as you exhale, coming back to yourself. You might like to release the left hand as we move in to Kapalabhati breathing. The same inhale and exhale, but this time we put more emphasis on an exhale and less on an inhale to create a short, sharp beat. Pulling the belly out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. That's where we're going. Take a breath in here. And breathing out. Just setting your body up, getting ready to feel the energy that comes with the breath of fire. Take a breath in. And another breath out. And we begin now. Take a breath in. And exhale, 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 all the air out. Take a deep breath in, filling the lungs with fresh air, and exhale, let it go. Coming into breath retention. If that is for you, I invite you to join me, but if not, only hold your breath as long as you're comfortable. Taking a breath in here, full breath, and a breath out. This time only breathing 3/4 of the way full, and hold the breath. Softening your body, letting go of any tension that you're harboring. Finding stillness in your mind, coming back to your intention, feeling grounded right into the center of the earth, connecting to your body. The less energy you spend moving, the easier it will be. We exhale in 3, 2, 1. Bringing your awareness just back to your normal breathing for a second. Checking in with that posture, nice and tall. As we move into our last pranayama practice today, Nadi Shodhana breathing, the thumb and the pointer finger on the left hand come together. Vishnu Mudra, they open on your left leg. The right hand, pointer finger, and middle finger come down. The right thumb comes to the outside of the right nostril, and the right middle finger, ring finger, will come to the outside of the left. And we're not going to do breath retention today. We're just going to practice breathing in and out through separate nostrils. This might feel a little unnatural, and that's okay. Bringing your hands here, just take one deep breath in through both sides. As you exhale, gently use your thumb to close your right nostril, exhaling through the left. Inhale through the left. Gentle close and exhale right. Inhale through the right. Close and exhale left. Letting go of everything else. Breathing in through the left. Gentle close, exhale right. Feeling the exchange of energy, feminine and masculine, breathing in. Gentle close and breathe out. Let's have one more round. Breathing in. Gentle closing and exhale slowly on the right side. Inhale right. Gentle close. Exhale left. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we bring the hand down. As we move into warm-up sequences, if you are sitting on something, go ahead and put it to the side. You will not need it anymore. Turning, so I'm turned the wrong way. Hopefully you guys are facing this way. If not, just turn your seating seeing English. Take a big breath in, sweep the arms high overhead. As we exhale, we bring the hands to the mat, come up onto hands and knees, tucking the toes, making sure the hands are right under the shoulders. Big breath in here, and as you breathe out, press the hips high, push the chest back to find a down dog position. This is our home base for this vinyasa flow. So bend the elbows, bend the knees a little bit to create space in the back of your legs. And as you inhale, we lift the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, point the toe, and open the hip. Inhale, lift the knee higher. Exhale, let it fall further. Really trying to stack your hips, but it's okay if your mobility is not there yet. Take a breath in, roll back to three-legged, and as you breathe out, bringing the foot between the hands. Lifting the eye gaze, finding a nice low lunge. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, slowly begin to lift your hips up and back, straightening the front leg, finding a pyramid pose. Inhale, shift your eye gaze forward to lengthen through the spine. And exhale, you can start to pull your sternum down. Finding a good stretch in the back of the leg. Taking one more inhale here, we shift forward. Exhale, putting the knee on the ground. Inhale, shift the eyes up. And exhale, we shift back to half Hanuman. Lifting the toes, right? Your inhale, always lifting the spine. You might like to come all the way up, depending on your mobility. And as you exhale, hinging forward at the hip, then bringing the fingers down. Pulling the toes back and trying to drop the chest in. One more breath here. Inhale, maybe an exhale pulls you a little deeper. As you inhale, we shift the weight forward. And exhale, keep pushing the hips down and in. Finding a deep hip stretch. Inhale, lift the arms high. Crescent lunge with the knee down. Exhale, the hands come behind the back. You may like to interlace the fingers or just bring them on your spine, depending on your mobility. And pull down, hands towards the knees. Inhale, maybe lift a little bit. Exhale, keeping the hips down and in, reaching the hands further. Pulling the shoulders behind to open the chest. Inhale, undo the hands, lift the arms. Bring the fingertips, pull your hands to heart center. And as you exhale, the elbow on the left arm comes outside, right knee. Pressing the hands together to open the chest right where you are. Keeping that alignment. Using your left elbow to really push down and find a warming through your thoracic spine. Take one more breath here. As you breathe out, the hands come down. Inhale. As we exhale, we step to high plank. Hold this breath as you drop all the way down. We'll do the option first. Knees down, hips up, chest down. Exhale. Inhale to baby cobra. Pull the shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale to down dog and hold here. Lifting the tips of your fingers, right? So that you're grounded through the 4 points in the hand. Relaxing the shoulders as you bend the elbows just a little. Taking a breath in and out, trying to push the chest closer to the thighs. You may or may not ground the heels. That's okay. Take a breath in. Lift the left leg this time. As you breathe out, bend the knee, point the toe, and open wide. Being sure to press down evenly through both hands so that the chest stays parallel to your mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist a little deeper if you can. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bend the knee. step through the hand. Taking that same breath in here to lengthen the spine, shifting the eyes forward, opening the heart. And exhale, sending the weight into the back foot. Maybe you can lift up here. How's your balance? Maybe not. If lifting isn't quite accessible to you right now, inhale, take the eyes forward, pull the shoulders back, and then as you exhale, you can drop in. Keeping a micro bend in that front leg. I'm terrible about hyperextending my knees, so I like to say that a lot because it's something I know if I need to hear, probably many people need to hear. Take a breath in, come forward, drop the knee, and as we exhale this time, lifting the toes, walking the way back. Now, it's important to keep the knee and the hip in alignment. So take a breath in, lifting up, you can shift that alignment now. As you breathe out, keeping the long spine hinging forward at the hip, pulling the belly in tight. You can walk down to wherever feels good for you. It's important for you to send a signal to your brain to let the back of your body relax. Hamstrings might possibly be the most neglected muscle for most people, so it's important to stretch. Take a breath in, shifting the weight forward, touching those toes down. As you breathe out, dropping the hips and pelvis in. Keeping front knee and ankle in alignment. Inhale, lifting the arms. Finding that crescent lunge as you exhale, bringing the hands behind. Interlace or don't. And find your back bend. So if you need a little less in the spine, bringing the hands right here. Trying to squeeze the shoulders, the elbows together can help. Right? One more inhale. And exhale, pulling you a little deeper. Inhale up. Hands reach high. We interlace, right? Prayer hands. Pulling them down. And as you exhale this time, the right elbow comes across, finding the outside of the left knee. Whoa. Inhale. And as you exhale, pushing the hands together, trying to bring your thumbs as close as you can to heart center. Twisting the left elbow back as you push down through the bottom of the right. Inhale here. As you exhale, slowly unwind. Inhale, touches hands down. We come back to this chaturanga. Again, I'm going to show the options. So exhale, step to plank. Drop the knees. Hips up, chest down, chin down, elbows in. Inhale, lift to baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes. And hold in down dog. Trying to create space for your neck, right? So really focus on pulling the shoulders, making room so that even as you tuck the chin in just a little bit, your ears and your biceps aren't really touching. Take one more breath here. As you breathe out, try to anchor down. Inhale, shift the eyes forward, lift the heels. You can step or jump to the top of your mat into a forward fold. Toes are together, heels slightly apart. Lifting the front of your feet to ground down through your Pada Bandha. Taking an inhale and exhale, we fold in. Maybe you'd like to bring your hands behind and interlace just depending on your mobility. If that doesn't work for you, just try to keep them close to your feet. Taking an inventory of your body right now. Allowing yourself to be heavy. On an inhale, we slowly lower up, roll up. One vertebra at a time. Now stepping to the top of your mat so that you have plenty of room behind you as we move into Surya Namaskar A. Before we go there, bringing the feet together, If this is uncomfortable for you, they can be a hip distance apart, whatever works for you. Otherwise, the toes are together, heels slightly apart behind. Checking in with our Ujjayi breath. Taking the first breath with mouth open, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Almost like a little sigh. Let's have one more. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And you hear a little internal sound as you exhale. Keeping inhale and exhale through the nose this time. Close the mouth, but keep the space in the jaw open. Breathing in through the nose and exhale through the nose. One more breath here. Breathing in and out. And we're ready. Take an inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, fingers to shins, flat back extend. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, tuck toes, down dog. And we hold. Now remember that option for chaturanga. If that doesn't work for you, knees down, hips up is a great way to go. Inhale, shift the ass forward, lift the heels, exhale. And we come right in to that half extend, flat back extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Lifting the arms, keeping energy lines long, exhale, release. 2 more of those, and we'll move a little faster this time. Inhale, lifting the arms. Exhale, forward fold, pulling the belly in tight. Inhale, half extend. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, lift to up dog. Exhale, tuck and press back to down dog. We hold here. Checking in, keeping a nice straight line, wrist, preferably all the way up to the hips. Inhale, lift the heels, step. Here's the option, step. Inhale now, flat back extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweeping the arms. And exhale, release. 1 more to come. Inhale, lifting the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, here's your option. Step to high plank. Drop the knees, hips up, lower all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck toes, hold in down dog. Maybe as you start to get more warm in this position, you can anchor the heels down. Inhale, lift the toes, bend the knees. We jump right into that half extension. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting the arms, reverse swan dive, and exhale, we release. Coming into maybe my favorite, sun salutation B. This one is a little fast, so if you're new to yoga, stay with me for the first one, right? We'll do it 3 times, so you have a little time to get used to it. Take an inhale, we lift the arms, step the hips back to chair pose. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back extend or half lift. Exhale, here's your option, high plank, knees down, chest all the way down. Inhale to baby cobra. Exhale, tuck toes. Inhale, the right leg steps through the hands, ground the left foot, we lift to warrior 1. Exhale, step back in chaturanga. Inhale, lift to up dog. Exhale, push back. Inhale, descend the left foot, steps through the hands, right heel down on the diagonal. We lift warrior 1. Exhale, here's your option, high plank, knees down, lower all the way. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, big breath out, and we hold it down dog. How's your heart rate? That is great for the heart rate. Take your breath in, lift the heels, step or jump right to that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, release. 2 more of those. Take a breath in, sweep the arms. Chair pose, sitting back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, extend. Keeping the knees bent. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Moving into warrior one, lift the right leg. Inhale, step through, drop. Lift the arms. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Make sure you lift the toes. Exhale. Inhale, lift the left. We step through. Putting that foot on the diagonal. Lifting and opening. Exhale, keep those elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And we hold here. Check in with your body. How you feeling? How you doing? You're doing great. Take an inhale, lift the heels, shift the eyes forward, step or jump. Half back, extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift to chair, knees never crossing over the feet, over the toes. Exhale, extend. Whew, one more. Inhale, lift to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, extend. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. We step right through, grounding the right foot. Warrior one. Exhale, step back. Here's your option. Knees down, hips up. All the way. Inhale, lift to baby cobra. Exhale, tuck back. Inhale, lift. Left leg comes through. Right foot down. Hands coming right up the midline. Warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, and we hold here. This is our last hold in the pose. So take a deep breath wherever you are. And as you exhale, maybe pressing down a little deeper. Inhale, shift the eyes forward, lift the heels, step or jump. Exhale. Inhale, we lift, flat back. Folding in on a forward fold, exhale. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale, we release. Now, I'm going to turn towards you, right? How's it going? Coming into our first standing posture. We're actually going to do that chair pose, this time as a long holding posture. So bringing the feet together if you want. Toes together, heels slightly apart, otherwise the feet can be under the hips. Take a breath in, we lift the arms, relaxing the shoulders down, dropping the hips in. Now gently, thinking about tucking the pelvis forward, opening through heart center, right? Lifting the toes to see if you're grounded through all 4 corners of your feet and not harboring tension in your little tiny toes. Take a breath in, keeping the energy lines open through the arms. As you breathe out, maybe sink a little lower. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Come on down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time we're coming into the revolve chair. So inhale, drop the hips back. Hands come heart center. As we exhale, left arm comes outside, right knee. Pressing the hands together, opening the chest, drawing that shoulder back as you push through. Keeping your knees forward as you twist, right? Your right leg wants to come to the side. Really try to pull the left hip back and keep the right hip a little forward. Take an inhale here. And an exhale, push a little deeper. Inhale, back to center. Lifting the toes as we exhale, coming to the other side. Revolving around. Noticing that left knee. It's wanting to come open, right? We want to keep it forward over the toes, so do what you need to do. One more breath here. Inhale. I'm going to turn back this way so I have room behind me. As we exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back extend. Exhale, chaturanga, step or jump back to bend elbows. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And we're ready for our first sequence. Inhale, your right leg, three-legged. Exhale, step down. Bringing that knee in between the hands, we ground the left foot. And we lift into warrior one. Now noticing how you feel here. The back leg is your powerhouse. Keeping front knee and ankle in alignment, we really want to take the hips, which are naturally open to the diagonal, and turn. So if you're feeling any tension in your knee, if you're like me, tension in the knee, lift the heel off the mat, right? That'll make it so that you can turn without feeling like you're going to pop your knee any type of way. Lifting the arms. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, we turn and open to warrior two. Now, I like to think of a heel to arch alignment. That doesn't work for everyone. If you're having trouble squaring your hips, bring the bent leg heel forward, finding a little bit more mobility. Whatever works for you. Otherwise, pressing the knee out, shoulders back, nice and strong. Take a breath in, lifting the toes, especially on the back foot. Exhale, sink a little lower. Trying to calm your breathing. Your heart rate might be up from those stem cells, and that's okay. But we really want to focus here. On the next inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, we press hips and reach arm in opposite directions. Right now, coming into triangle, let go of any attachment you have to touching the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we come in. Really think about rolling your back hip away from your body, tucking the front one underneath so that you can keep the hips square. Then opening the arms. Micro bend in this knee so we don't compromise any joints here. Pulling the belly in tight. Really, truly, the higher your arms are. So from here, the higher you are, the more strength it takes in the belly. Okay? Focus on those energy lines pulling through the hips, lengthening the arms, take an inhale. As we exhale, deep knee bend. We start in our extended side angle, arm overhead. Keeping knee and ankle in alignment, you can say right here, holding for breath, lifting the toes. If you've got the mobility to open here, keeping the chest open, that's great. If you want more, you can start to take the top arm. My arms are not long enough, and you might be able to wrap on the inside of the thigh, right? That sets you up for that bind. If you have the mobility to interlace the bottom arm without rolling down like this, we always want to keep the shoulders and the chest open here. So take it where you can go. On an inhale, keep the hips low, walk the hands. Exhale, step back. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And we switch sides. Other leg lifts up. Inhale, step it forward. Grounding that foot. Back foot, knee and ankle in alignment. Ooh, And open to that warrior one. Making those same check-ins, lifting the toes, lifting that heel if you need to, depending on your anatomy, it'll tell you where to go here. Taking a breath in. As you breathe out, relax the shoulders, sink a little lower. Breathe in, one more breath, and out we come in to warrior two. So checking that alignment. My back is to you, that's okay. Heel to arch if you can. Maybe kicking the heel out on the back foot, squeezing the arms. Opening the hips, but keeping the knee open too. Nice and strong. Pull the belly in, lifting the toes. Inhale. Exhale a little deeper if you can. Inhale, straighten that leg without hyperextension. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Create as much length as you can, and then you can float down wherever it is for you, right? Pulling the belly in tight, pulling that back hip open. We want to keep the hips square. Feeling an excellent stretch in the side body. Wherever you are, you can even ground this hand, right, onto the shin if that works for you. It's a little less intense. Take one more inhale here as we exhale, deep knee bend, coming into that side angle. You always have the option to keep the arm on the leg, right? If you've got more, you can keep the chest and hips where they are. You can come down. If you want more, you can keep open, rolling that arm behind. You can see, if you're looking at me, my arms are just not quite long enough. That's okay. The bind is there if you want it. Take one more breath, really opening wide. Exhale, sinking a little lower. Inhale, slowly shift around. Finding that lunge, exhale. You can come knees down, hips up. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale to down dog. Now we hold here for just a second. That was the first of our big sequences. So how are you feeling? Doing all right. On your next inhale, lifting that front leg. Exhale, step through. Keep the back heel up, right? Knee and ankle in alignment. And we find our crescent lunge. Back heel reaching back. Front knee reaching forward. Bracing the belly, keeping the hips square to the front of the room. If the arms up is a little too much, you can always come down to your hips. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, maybe drop a little lower. Inhale, reach the fingers. We bring them down to heart center as we revolve our crescent lunge. Exhale, left hand, left elbow on the outside of the right knee. And we press. Now, if this isn't good for you, take it just like we did in the warm-up and drop the back leg down, finding this wrist there. It's okay. Keeping the knee and ankle in alignment. We're working on strength and mobility through the thoracic. Taking an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, bring hands down to mat. You're gonna take the back leg and step it in a little. This is where you might want to block if you have it, okay? Or a blanket, a stack of books, so many options. But we want to bring both of the feet flat on the floor, keeping the hips right on. Take a breath in, we lift up. Now, if you have the mobility to bring the hands behind and find those prayer hands, flipping the hands underneath, cool. If that's not quite for you today, maybe you can grab the elbows. I've had shoulder surgery, so I don't do either one. I bring my hands right to my hips, and try to pull my shoulders back. Okay, take an inhale, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, we fold. Keeping both legs straight, like a bend in the front leg. Now, if you have the hands down, you can bring them down onto your mat. Trying to breathe here. Every inhale, lengthening the spine. And every exhale, dropping you in. Being aware of where your body is right now. You have this amazing power to listen to the things your body is telling you. You know if you can take this deeper or if you need a little less today. That doesn't make you more or less of a yogi. Each day and each side is different. Take an inhale, we lift up. Right hand comes to the hip. Left hand comes right up. Finding that nice long spine, reaching the fingers tall. Inhale, and as we exhale, pulling the belly in, folding forward. Finding your revolved crescent. This is where this block comes in. I like to have my block right beside my foot. Okay, this allows me a little space to twist open. Some people like it in front of their foot. Some people might put it further away. Okay, it depends on what you like. Whatever makes you feel like you're comfortable in the pose. We don't want to ever hold the breath or have a grimace. Taking an inhale. And one final exhale, really trying to open that body if you can. On the inhale, the hands come in front of the foot. We're working our way towards warrior three. Take a moment to bend the legs, square the hips. As you exhale, shifting the weight forward, that back leg comes up. Now this is a great variation for warrior three. If you can bring one thumb to the chest, maybe two. This is my personal favorite stance in warrior three, is to just have the hands together, right? If you want the hands behind or the hands out in front. Whatever works for you. Take an inhale and exhale, your last opportunity. Inhale, hands down, lift that foot. Lift the eye gaze as we exhale, back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And we're ready for side number two. The leg furthest from your camera, lifting high. Exhale, stepping in, finding that crescent lunge. Back heel reaching back, knee reaching forward, knee and ankle alignment. Pulling the belly in, keeping the hips where they need to be. Relaxing the shoulders. Take an inhale here. Remember, you always have the option to drop that back leg. So if that ever is not working for you, come on down. Take a little less. It's all right. Okay, so with the arms up, inhale, bringing the hands to heart center. Exhale. This time, front elbow crosses back knee. Pressing hands together, we twist open. Remember the option to drop the knee if you need to. Being aware of your breathing and right where your body is. Taking it for exactly what it is today without having any judgment or hoping that it would be something else. Okay? So from here, inhale, bring the hands down. That front leg is going to step in. Take this moment to move that block. If it was on one side, move it to the other. Okay, now the feet are a little more narrow than we think. We're not quite standing hip distance apart. Micro bend in the front leg, inhale to lift. Again, if you have that backwards prayer hand, that's a great option. If you can hold the elbows, that's a great option. I'm going to take something a little less intense on my shoulder joints and bring my hands to my low back, pulling my elbows behind. Taking a breath in, lifting the spine. And exhale, keeping that front leg straight, micro bend, folding down. And you can keep your hands here, or if you need something a little different, feel free to frame that front foot with your hands. Without hyperextending that front leg, we really want to fold in. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Maybe you shift your eyes forward. And then exhale, think about dropping the sternum into that space you created. Noticing right where you are. Take an inhale, we lift up. Left hand to hip, if that's your left foot forward. Back hand if it's not, right? Lifting the arm. Exhale, this time keeping that micro bend, hinging forward. Your hand might even just come to the shin. You don't have to open the back arm. If you have that block and you're using it, bringing the hand on top of the block gives you a little mobility to explode open wide. The more you start to trust the balance in that hand, the easier it will be to open. Take one more inhale here. As we exhale, bringing the hands down. Getting rid of that block for now. Inhale, start to shift the weight. Bending the knees, squaring the hips. And exhale, lifting that leg. This is a great pose here. A peak pose for this sequence. If you want, the one hand up, maybe the both hands up. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, maybe lifting higher. Inhale, hands down, foot reaches back. Lifting the eyes, exhale. Remember the option, knees down, hips up. Lower down. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, step or jump forward. Do that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to that chair pose, and we hold here. Exhale, maybe sink a little lower. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, we release. As we move into our balance postures, make your way to the center of your mat. Bringing your feet together. Just taking a moment to feel grounded. Becoming like a spectator to your thoughts as they pop into your head. Acknowledge them and then let them pass you by. Finding a focus point for mind and for eye gaze. Finding a spot that doesn't move on the wall will help with your balance. As you begin to shift your weight onto your right foot. Inhale, lifting that knee. And hugging it in. Trying to lift the ribs and pull the hips square. Now, if you have long arms and you like the option to peace sign the fingers and kick the foot straight out, that's a great place for a little more intensity. Otherwise, taking this knee, drawing it close to you, fighting for the balance, that long leg is grounded. As we inhale and exhale, we slowly open hand to hip and come to the side of the room. Now, if you did have that peace sign here, the goal is to open wide and come right to the side with that. If you start to lose your way, just tap your toes down and come right back. Okay, you can extend that arm for balance if you want. Really focusing on lifting the heart center, grounding down through that foot. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, coming into tree pose. Now, I personally prefer to put my foot down and then come right in. If you want to go right from that leg extended to the tree pose, that's great too. Okay? Now, you have 3 options to find your tree today. Kickstand with the toes grounded, pushing this knee open so that you have a little openness in the front body. Your foot. Next option is to be right on the calf. Opening. We never want to put the foot right on the knee joint. If you have the mobility to bring that foot all the way up onto the inside of your thigh, that's a great option too. Check in with your focus. We call it the dristi. Where's your mind? Where's your body? Where's your eyes? Are you breathing? We like to hold our breath when things get tough, and that is not ever going to be beneficial in yoga. Take a deep inhale, arms lift up. As you exhale, hands down. Now, if you know dancer's pose and you want to collect and go right in, that's great. I'm going to walk you through a little lesser option. To bring the foot down, so your hands are in Tadasana here. We come knee to knee. Inhale, lift that foot. Finding the inside, thumb up onto the big toe. And exhale, coming forward. Trying to kick the foot into the hand, keeping those hips square. Take a deep breath. If you feel a little wobbly, it's okay. It just means you're human, right? Come right back in. I'm going to turn this way as we get ready to transition into our next pose. So from dancers, coming into standing split. If you want, inhale, release. Exhale, we come right down. If you prefer to tap that foot in the middle, that's okay. Keeping those hips facing the ground. We don't want to externally rotate. Take one more breath. Inhale, and as you exhale, I gotta come forward. Setting that leg back and down into the lunge. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We hold for just a breath. Checking in, how you doing? Your intention. Take an inhale, lift the heels, shift the eyes. Go forward into that half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your chair pose. And exhale, release. Finding our balance this time on the other side. I'm just gonna back up, just so you can see me a little better, but I will stay facing this way this time. Finding that same focal point, if it's available to you. Shifting the weight onto the other leg. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, hugging in. Really pressing through all 4 corners of the feet. Lifting the hips, bending the elbows a little bit so you can push your heart through. If you did, peace sign those fingers. Some of this depends on your anatomy. You'll see if you're watching me, a peace sign for me, my arms are just not quite there yet, right? My arms are a little short. So I prefer to keep my knee drawn in, but it's up to you. Take an inhale wherever you are. The hand comes to the hip, and exhale, we open that knee or the leg to the diagonal, pulling the belly in tight, lifting the chest, keeping the body nice and tall, grounded from the Pada Bandha all the way up, finding that strength. If you can pull that knee higher, right? Good option. Wherever you are, more than good enough. Take one more inhale. As we exhale, if you want to come right into tree from here, setting the foot, bringing the hands where you like them, that's great. Lifting the toes so that you can ground down through the front of the foot. Opening the knee wide. Allowing yourself to exist in whatever space that you're in. Giving yourself permission to be wherever you are and to still be loved for it. Take an inhale. Arms reaching up. Exhale, hands come up, they come down. And if you want to come right into dancers, we can go right in. I like to tap the foot down here, so that's what I do. Tapping down, take a second. Coming knee to knee. Connecting hand and foot. And then reaching. Now remember that your balance today is different than it was yesterday. It's different than last week. It will be different than tomorrow. That's okay. You've got to let yourself exist in that space without harboring any kind of judgment. Now, turning this way again, I'm going to show a little bit of a lesser option for the dancers into standing splits. So from dancer's pose, inhale, we can exhale down. Inhale, lifting the arms, exhale, folding forward. Inhale, shift the eye gaze. Exhale, we lift the back leg. Okay, so you can take some extra breaths and get into standing splits with a little less intensity. Whatever works for you. You are the creator, you are the decider. You have ultimate control here, not only of this, but over your feelings, your actions, your words, your choices, your thoughts. Take one more breath in, breathe out, maybe folding a little deeper. Inhale, step back to that low lunge. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. We hold here. Now, as we move into some seated postures. From your down dog, take a breath in, lift the heels. Exhale, we jump into a Hindi squat if that's accessible to you. Okay? If keeping the heels down, bringing the elbows between the knees doesn't work well for you, you can bring something up under your heels to lift them a little. And instead, you can bring your hands on top, right? And take the hips down a little bit. That's okay. We're going to focus on lengthening the spine, using the elbows as we set up for crow pose. Take a breath in, bringing the hands down about 6 inches in front or so. Suction cup your fingers to your mat, deepen in the elbows, lift the hips. And exhale, just try to align the triceps with the leg, right? Now, depending on where you are and how experienced you are in yoga, it might feel more comfortable to bend here and come here with the knees on the outside of the elbows. That's okay. If you have the ability to lift the hips and try to pull the knees really close to your armpits, depending on how your body is made, will also dictate a lot of this. That's okay. Whatever works for you, shifting the weight forward and back. Turning the eye gaze a little forward, maybe rocking back and forth. The goal is not to lift the feet, but if you can, they're there. The goal is to focus more on lifting the belly and shifting the eye gaze. Taking one more inhale, and then exhale. One inhale here, and exhale, we land back in our Hindi squats, or whatever variation works for you. Now coming in to firefly. This is a pose that I am working on, and it's a little bit of work for everyone, right? Take an inhale, bringing the feet nice and wide, maybe to the outside of your mat. Lifting the hips. If you have two blocks, this is a great place to use both of them behind you. Whatever works for you, okay? Take an inhale, and as you exhale, bend the knees. And right now, we're going to take the left hand. Reaching behind and just work on planting that hand down with the fingers pointing forward. Okay? You can work on just doing this one side. That's okay, right? Trying to get your knee as close to your shoulder as possible. If you can do it, bringing the other hand, maybe just practicing trying to get your hands flat on the mat, right? The goal is eventually to get them up here. Wherever you are, take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale, keeping playful without holding your breath. Inhale back into that beauty squat. We bring the hands behind and we have a seat. Coming into our seated postures. Lengthening the legs long, pulling the toes up. Inhale, lift the arms. And as we exhale, pulling the belly in tight and finding a forward fold. Great chance to use the block here. If you have to, you can set it wherever, whatever works for you, and just work on kind of trying to grab at it, okay? We want to keep the legs down, keeping the spine long. So if your forward fold is here and your legs are straight, that's a good place to be. Take one more inhale and exhale. As we inhale, lengthening your arms, reaching tall, bringing it behind you, setting up for incline plane or reverse tabletop. So reverse tabletop is a little more accessible in the incline alignment. Pressing up here, good place to be. If you want to recline, incline plane, fingers behind you. Begin inhale, think about hiding the elbows, the arms behind you, and as you exhale, pressing the hips up and really trying to get those feet flat on the floor. Inhale, lift the hips higher, squeeze the shoulders. One more breath here. You can do it. And exhale, slowly rolling down. Coming into a forward fold with a half bend here. Bringing your right leg on the inside of the left. The right heel comes into the thigh. Letting that knee fall open, keeping the left leg long in front. Inhale, reaching the arms, long spine, and as you exhale, coming down. Allowing yourself to be open wide, right? Each inhale, lifting. Think about maybe pulling the sternum forward. And each exhale, letting you drop into that space. Taking one more breath here. Inhale, reach the hands, come on up. Bring the fists together. We make two fists, set them on the inside of your left thigh, and there you can ground your right foot. Now, this is coming into a bind. You might like to have a strap. I don't have one with me, so I'm just going to do my very best, but a strap or a belt would be a great option. Inhale, reaching that same hand, that foot is bent towards the toes, right? Finding a little bit of a forward fold. As you exhale, we try to wrap around. If you can, binding the hands together. Trying to keep your body in alignment as you drop into that fold. If you have tight shoulders, this here is going to be enough for you. Especially if you have any lingering injuries, anything like that, just focus on this, maybe bringing the other hand to the foot, and just holding the fold. Take an inhale, lift up. Exhale, we come hugging the knee in, and we twist on the diagonal. Every inhale, lengthening the spine, and each exhale, pulling you back. One more breath here, breathing in. And now slowly unwind. I'm going to turn to the front so you can see a little bit of a different angle. This time, we bring opposite foot into thigh, lengthening the other leg, letting that hip fall open, breathing in, sweeping the arms. And as we breathe out, folding in. Trying to keep that leg straight, lifting those toes right here. I don't know if you guys can see me. Lifting the toes. Inhale, lengthening the chest, and exhale, folding in. One more breath here. As you inhale, we lift the arms forward up, making those two fists, bringing them down here so that we can see exactly where to put that foot, right? Now the goal is to stay grounded through the hips, but it's unlikely and that's okay, okay? Just engage. Inhale, lengthen, same arm, reaching forward and wrapping around. Trying to keep this knee hugged in tight, okay? If you can take the hand and bind the two, that's great. I'm a little closer on this side. Inhale, exhale, folding forward. We're not here long. One more Ujjayi breath, breathing in. And exhale. Inhale, undo the arms. Hugging that knee in. I'm like sitting half off my yoga mat so you can see me. Reaching. Twisting in. Lengthening the spine on the exhale. And turning the body. Just a gentle recovery, right? Your body's working so hard for you today. Without expectation, honor it however it feels. Slowly unwind. Coming into, coming into boat pose from the side. Bring your feet down towards the mat, knees up, bringing the hands right behind the knees, okay? And shifting your weight back onto your sits bone. So you find a little balancing sweet spot, you can lift the legs. Keeping the hands behind you if you want. Extend the legs. Maybe you can extend the arms parallel to the mat. Keep lifting the heart. Bracing the belly. It's okay to come back here or here with knees bent, right? Inhale, we peace sign the fingers, reach for the toes. This is so challenging to me. Brace that belly, exhale, lift the legs. And you can open wide. If you fall back, it's okay. Really try to brace the belly hard as we try for that one more time. Resetting, okay? Finding that balancing posture. Just allowing yourself to smile. Come on up, release wherever you are. Bringing the feet together in a seated butterfly pose. So soles of feet together, allowing the knees to fall open. Breathing in, drawing the spine long. And as you breathe out, folding forward. Now you can take more or less here by moving the feet further or closer to your body. The goal is to really keep the hips open. Take an inhale, lift the body. Exhale, we bring the hands forward and shift the knees behind as we're moving into our closing sequence, walking our way to the back of our mat. Knees wide, toes together. Big inhale, exhale, just pressing back and down. Finding your way into child's pose. Right now, just take some time to love on yourself. And then we start to imagine ourselves in a headstand position as we move to align our chakras from the top down. knowing that you are good enough in whatever variation of this posture meets you where you are. We shift the weight forward on the inhale, bringing the hands to the outside of the elbows, measuring the distance. It's much more narrow than people think it is. Once you've got it, leaving the elbows right there, interlacing the fingers, and tucking your head onto your mat into that little bowl that you've created. Pulling your shoulders down and away, thinking about shifting the armpits down towards your sits bones. If you're good, stay here, finding all of the strength in the forearms, barely any weight in the head. If you want it, take an inhale and exhale, lift the feet. Try a second variation. Really getting used to pulling those shoulders back to create that space, but still channeling the energy through the forearms. This is a challenging posture. So wherever you are, you're just great. That's it. There's no what if or but. You're just great. Okay? So coming in, if you want it, inhale. Exhale, walking the feet. Maybe lifting one and the other. Coming into whatever version of this meets you where you are. Take one more breath. Pulling the shoulders back. As you exhale, slowly lowering down to your mat, knees wide. Using your hands to push your hips back. Dropping your forehead to your mat. Finding your child's pose. What outside force can you let go of right now? As we come into our last 20 minutes or so, inhale, we lift up, bringing the legs around. We're walking our way into shoulder stand, lowering down onto your back. Now, if shoulder stand isn't accessible for you today, legs against the wall is a great option. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, the goal is to bring the hands onto the back, lifting the hips, knees, and ankles into one line, creating a stand with the shoulders nice and strong and open there. So taking that breath in, as you breathe out, lifting. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting. If you want to come down into plow, slowly bringing the feet forward. Okay, they can touch down, but we want to focus on the length. Wherever you are, focus on being tall. How much space can you take up there? Taking one more inhale. Exhale, lowering down slowly, finding your way onto your back, bringing the feet in, grounded. The sides of the feet are parallel as we set up for bridge pose. Take one of those big victorious breaths here. On an inhale, we think about opening the chest. And on the exhale, we squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, and maybe bring the hands underneath, just depending on what you like. Right? Finding this back bend, working through the throat chakra. I personally like my hands out wide. That's okay. That's a me thing. You do your thing. Wherever you are, inhale, exhale, lift a little higher, thinking about pulling the ribs in one direction and the knees in another. Now, as we get out of this, inhale, lift the toes, and exhale, lower down slowly. Maybe windshield wiper, bring the legs side to side. Just breathing, right? Existing, pondering, taking inventory of your body as we now move into wheel pose. Now, if the second back bend, if wheel pose is not for you, You can keep working through your bridge pose. The setup is the same. Bringing the feet so that the outsides are parallel. If you want bridge pose, we just press up just like normal. If you're coming with me today in wheel pose, the fingertips come behind so that the fingers are pointing down towards your heels. Take a breath in, really try to ground through the hands and the feet, and just lift. Lifting the hips. You can stay right here. Inhale, exhale, you can lift onto the crown. If you want it, the full variation to lengthen. Coming out of this, you need to tuck the chin, lower the shoulders, lift the heels, and then you can drop the rest. Okay, wherever you are, being very careful, taking one more breath, and then lowering down slow. One more heart opening pose here, lengthening the legs, coming into fish pose, bringing the hands right under your sit bones, right? Trying to shrug the shoulders back so that you can get your elbows down, okay? Taking a breath in. Maybe we can lift just up onto the elbows, tucking the chin, looking at your beautiful toes. Take a breath in. As you exhale, you can start to round the spine and maybe touch the crown of your head down onto the mat. Opening through the heart center. If this is not comfortable for you, take an option. One more breath here. Breathe in. And out, maybe press a little higher. As you breathe in, we lift, tuck the chin, and exhale, lowering down slow. Just take a breath here. Feeling however it is that you feel. Inhale, and as you exhale, hugging those knees in, giving yourself some love. Feeling your back grounded. Your next exhale, pulling your knees to the front of the room, stacking the hips, and then T-shaping the arms. Feeling this beautiful twist to work through mobility, to work through that release. If you like the cat chasing the tail option, you can come with the front foot and hold it back, right? If binds are your thing. One more breath here. Inhale, roll back to center, keeping those knees close to your belly, and as you exhale, slowly lowering to the other side. Stacking the hips, and then adjusting the arms, keeping the shoulders down, shifting the eye gaze in the opposite direction. Wherever you are seeing, if you want that cat chasing his tail, right? If you want something higher, maybe you just bind with the front leg and leave it. Or maybe you just bind the back and leave it. Or stay right where you are for one more breath. Inhale, roll back, and exhale, coming into happy baby. Bring the hands on the outside of the feet, and allow your hands to push your feet, pushing your knees right down by your ribs, keeping knee and ankle in alignment, feeling long in the spine. You might like to just stay here. You also might like to rock your happy baby by extending one leg long and then extending the next or rock to the other side. This is one of my favorite yoga poses. One of my favorite variations is to rock the baby. I think it feels so good on my lower back, right? Whatever works for you. Coming back to center if you're rocking that baby. Take an inhale, exhale, maybe pull a little lower. Checking in with that breathing. Inhale, letting those feet come together. And exhale, we let them open wide. Finding a reversed or a reclined butterfly position. The arms can be up beside you. I like to bring my arms overhead, holding gently at my elbows. moving your feet further away or closer together, depending on whatever works for you. As you turn once more to your intention, really honoring the journey that you've taken today, the practice that you've done on your mat. When you're ready, probably the most important pose that you're going to do today, probably maybe the most difficult, bringing the arms unbound if they were, bringing the knees back together and then lengthening the legs long as we come into Savasana. Allowing the toes to fall open, just taking a second to wiggle your way around, finding a comfortable position. Closing your eyes. Just become aware of that breathing. The rise and the fall of your belly. On an inhale, gently lift one leg, maybe just an inch or two, and exhale, drop it down to the mat. Noticing how those toes fall more open. Inhale, lifting the other leg. Exhale, letting it go. Really rolling. Inhale this time, squeeze the glutes and the quads. Exhale, let them go. Inhale, tightening your belly, bracing your core. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, clenching fish, shrugging shoulders, tightening your arms. And exhale, let it go. Last one here. Inhale, pucker your face, your lips, squeeze your eyebrows. And exhale, sigh it out. Letting your breath wash over you like a tidal wave. I invite you to come with me. Moving closer towards relaxation. In your own head, following me. I am relaxing my feet, my toes, and my ankles. My feet are relaxed. I am relaxing my legs and my hips. My legs and my hips are relaxed. I am relaxing my abs, my belly. My abs and my belly are relaxed. I am relaxing my arms, my shoulders, my wrists. My arms and my shoulders are relaxed. I am relaxing my face, my eyes, my forehead. My face is relaxed. Relaxing and releasing your chest, your lungs, and your heart, your mind. Checking in with yourself, your intention for this class. I am whole. Without humoring the what ifs or the buts, just speaking that affirmation. I am whole. As you inhale, gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretching long overhead or rolling over to one side as if lying comfortably in your own bed. Keeping your eyes closed. As you find one more place for grounding. Taking a few more deep breaths. And when you're ready, there's no rush. An exhale and a gentle press of your hand will bring you back to a seated position. Palms up on your knees. Taking a few more deep breaths. And on your next inhale, sweeping the arms wide, long overhead, bringing the hands to prayer, grasping all of the things that are good and meant for you. Pulling the hands down to carefully connect mind and body. There are only 3 things in life that truly matter. How much you love, how gently you live, and how gracefully you let go of things that no longer serve you. Taking one more inhale, we finish with an Om together. Om. Namaste. Let's see, how do I turn this off?